doing there, buddy? Hello, Keith. Number one check-in. Brother Grant. Brother Adam from Pierceton. All right. Thank you all for checking in. Good evening, Brother Doug. Jackie, is good to see you. Quit bragging about being in Florida there, Fred. Brother Ken, Larry, another Florida guy. Ken from over there in Cloverdale. Thanks for checking in. Brother Chris, Brother John Heckard, good to see you. Thank you all for checking in. Brother John. What do you think there, Sonic? We going to have a good crowd tonight? I don't know. I think so. I think so. No Colts game tonight, so they're on their bye week. Brother John, Brother Mark, Brother Jason, Brother Dwayne, good to see you. Looks like we're going to have another great crowd. I appreciate everybody checking in. Brother Tim from Albany, Brother Jeff. The First Lady of Indiana Freemasonry checked in. I started a fire because I was cold, and she's ready for it to be off, I think. So I was outside messing around and got a little chilly. Good evening, Dirk. Thanks for checking in. The Brothers of Webb Lodge. Brother Steve, good to see you. Brother Michael. Brother Jeff Dimmitt. All right, brothers, about another minute or two, we'll get started. I've got a lot to cover. It's an exciting episode. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. So we got a lot of stuff coming up and a lot of great things going on. I keep making notes. Brother Jim from Martinsville, Brother Jeff, Dylan, Brother Tony from down south. Yes, we are halfway there, living on a prayer. That is right. Who posted that? That is right. Brother Adam did. That's funny. That is true. Brother Braxton, good to see you. Thanks for checking in. All right, about another minute. We'll fire it up. Brother Frank from Belleville. All right, brothers, let's get started. This episode is brought to you by green beans, the Grandmaster's favorite vegetable. We'll start with the commodities report, as is par usual. Green beans took a little dip this week, just with one. Got some green beans in, I think, Delaware Lodge 46. Some good old chicken and noodles and green beans. And my own lodge, we had a dinner, and they slipped some corn in on me. And so green beans are down this week, but that's okay. We had some other good meals and good vegetables, so we'll see what happens next week. Shirt of the week. This week I'm wearing another shirt from Warsaw Lodge. Worshipful Master Cameron Biggs gifted me this t-shirt, so thank you very much. It's nice and comfortable. So I appreciate that. And let's see here. Brothers, we are halfway through the year. I can't believe how time flies so quickly. As they say, time flies when you're having fun. And this is our 26th episode, so I've been here with you every Sunday night for 26 consecutive weeks, and I really appreciate everybody checking in and everybody that watches later on, late at night, or gets on YouTube and watches it during the week. And I'm getting a lot of positive comments, and I certainly appreciate any feedback that you'd like to give me or anything that you'd like to announce on the chat. And I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying it too. And thank you all so much for checking in. I really appreciate it, and especially our out-of-state brothers and our brothers from across the ocean, and our visitors from other states that come in and check on, and especially when our ladies are sitting here watching with us. Really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope it's been informative. And so, like I said, halfway through the year, wow, I just can't believe it. So we're going to jump right in. I will have the update on the hours and man hours spent on the Beehive project. I'm going to work on that this week. So if your lodge or you know of lodges that haven't reported yet, please do so. You can do that by sending an email to beehiveproject2526@gmail.com. I would greatly appreciate it. And we are planning for Beehive 2.0 in April. So more to come on that, but bear in mind that'll be springtime and a lot of good projects to be had out there. So appreciate everyone that has pitched in and done some great work out in their community. So again, if you haven't reported, please do so. And tonight there's going to be two winners of my Grandmaster's coin. So just as a special celebration of our 26th episode, so Brother Dirk will pass those off to me in an email or in a text here in a little bit. So excited for that, and I promise you I've got a trunk full of mail to go to the post office tomorrow, so I'm finally getting caught up a little bit, so we'll get everything that they need post haste. So that'll take care of that. This week, I don't know how many of you watch podcasts. I assume quite a few of you do. But on Tuesday, and I'm not sure if it's going to air Tuesday or afterwards, but I will let you know. On Tuesday, I'm going to be doing the old-fashioned Masonic podcast, so I'm excited about that. And stay tuned for that, and we'll let you know. So it's been a very busy week in Indiana Freemasonry. I've seen so many functions on Facebook and emailed around in Michael Pettigrew's blog, and a lot of great degree work going on, and it's been a very busy week. On Tuesday, I spent the greater part of the day at the Indiana Masonic Home for their Veterans Day celebration with the residents of the home. And man, what a great day it was, honoring our veterans. The Masonic Home puts that on with their staff and with volunteers from the residents, and we had a great program. And the Grand Commander came down, Brother Joe Sparks, and the Commandery and all their officers, and did the flag raising ceremony, which is always impressive. And then they formed an arch of steel for me as I laid a wreath in honor of all of our veterans and our fallen veterans down at the veterans statue there that was placed there by past Grandmaster Danny Martin. And it was a great day spending time with the residents, and especially our veterans, honoring them for all of their service and all of their sacrifice. So I hope you spend a little time reflecting on Veterans Day, of all the hard work and dedication that our veterans have. And it was a fabulous day. And if you're a veteran, thank you so very much for your service to our country. We greatly appreciate everything that each and every one of you has done and are continuing to do for our great country. So that was a great day. And then on Wednesday, I traveled to Delaware Lodge 46. Worshipful Master Derek had invited me down to present a 75-year award. Man, just stop and think about that. 75 years of being a Mason. Brother Gene Moody is 100 years old, and he was great, and we presented the 75-year award. There was a big crowd there at Delaware Lodge, because they also, after their meeting, they opened up Yorkright degrees and did the Mark Master degree. And so there was a great turnout to see Brother Gene receive his 75-year award. That is a distinct honor that a lodge, and especially Grand Lodge and the Worshipful Master has to present. Brother Gene was a World War II veteran, and we thanked him for his service. And it was kind of funny. I always ask the recipients of awards if they have anything they'd like to say, and he just simply said, "I'm glad to be here." And I kind of chuckled and said, well, at 100 years old, you're glad to be anywhere. But it was a blessing. His son and daughter brought him to Lodge and had dinner with us, and it was just amazing. One of the things I will certainly remember when this year is completed. And then on Thursday, I was close to home at my lodge, Temple Lodge 47, for an entered apprentice degree. So congratulations to our new brother, Joe Smith, our new entered apprentice. He was a very attentive candidate. He came in through the internet inquiry. So we were absolutely glad to have him, and some of the York Rite and Shrine guys would know his great uncle was Terry Turner. And Terry was past illustrious Grand Master of the Council. And so that kind of led him into being interested in Freemasonry. And Brother Terry has passed, but I remember him fondly. And we had a great degree. They allowed me to sit in the East for the first half, and I think I got most of it right. And the greatest part of the ritual work was our worshipful master, Daniel Williams, and our junior deacon, Caleb Coy, both our youngest Masons, currently in our lodge, got up and did the crossfire questions and answers for the first time. And they absolutely knocked it out of the ballpark. That's always been kind of mine, and one of our old past masters, Brother Dick Keller, always drug ourselves up to do the questions and answers, and always had a good time with it. But it was so refreshing and so great to have our younger members get up and do the ritual work. They did a fabulous job, and I know Brother Todd Barrows on here, our senior deacon, and he took over senior deacon's part and conducted our candidate very well and did a fine job, and had a lot of new officers and a lot of new spots. So great night at my lodge at Temple Lodge 47. And then Friday, I spent the Friday evening at Indianapolis Scottish Rite Cathedral, my place of work, but also my valley home. And we started our 2-day convocation with the 18th degree, and the 4th degree, then the 18th degree. And of course, I'm a past most wise master of the Indianapolis chapter of Rose Croix, and the officers did a fine job doing the degree and presenting the 18th degree ritual. So congratulations to them and to all of our new Scottish Rite Masons. And there was a lot of other convocations across the state. So to all our Scottish Rite brothers, congratulations. And I've really enjoyed my many years in the Scottish Rite. And then Saturday, was my granddaughter Dixie's birthday. So we went to a birthday party, and then I had to leave just a little bit early because I had been invited to go to Hancock Lodge number 101 by Worshipful Master Paul to present 2 50-year awards at their annual homecoming dinner. And was honored to meet Brother Tex and Brother George and present them with their 50-year awards. They both were very elated. Brother George is a past master, and he talked about his experience sitting in the East and his busy year of, I think he said he raised maybe 14 or 15 Masons that year. And Brother Tex gave a very fine testimony on when he decided to join Masonry. He said his life was kind of at a crossroads, and he had to decide whether he was going to take life the way he had been living it or join Lodge and become a Mason. And he joined Lodge and said it's changed his life, and he never regrets the day that he turned in his petition. So it was an honor to meet both of those brothers, and a great dinner put on by the Social Order of the Busanth, the ladies' organization of the Commandery, and had just a great time. And then today, we have to do those solemn duties as Masons that we're called upon to do. And a lot of you probably knew, especially if you were in central southern Indiana, Brother Gene King, past master and also a member of Bartimaeus Lodge, passed away after an extended illness. And Brother Gene was one of the best traveled Masons that I've known. Always helping with the ritual work and always occasionally correcting people from the sidelines, as some of us like to do. and but he was a very fine, dedicated Mason, and could do, I think, just about every bit of the ritual. And he passed, and I was honored to confer his memorial service. And there was at least 70 brothers. The funeral home there in Bloomfield, Indiana, was completely packed with Masons, and I know that it made the family feel good. And his grandson and his grandson's friend were inquiring about the fraternity and why are all these men here for Grandpa. And it was just such a, it's always a solemn occasion, but it's also a celebration of a life well lived. And anytime we can get to a funeral, it's so important to represent the fraternity for our brother and for our family. As I've said many times, it's the last thing we do for our brother, but it's the first thing we do for his family. So thank you for all those brothers that traveled across the state to be with Brother Gene and his funeral service. So thank you all so very much for that. Quote of the week, my new favorite kind of segment here. Brother Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, famous minister and writer and educator. Brother Peale was raised in Midwood Lodge number 1062 in Brooklyn, New York, and he took his entered apprentice degree in 1926. Now, Dr. Vincent Peale, very well written, very well read, very supportive in his writings of Freemasonry. I have a couple of his books, and one in particular is Short Prayers, and several of his quotes, inspirational quotes. And I came across this today because oftentimes when we're struggling in life and our lodges are struggling, and sometimes we fall into the negative. We only look at the negative. Well, there was only 8 guys showed up for lodge this week. We've only brought in one new brother this year. I think positive thinking, I've learned that in my life. I used to be a negative thinker, and I've learned and have been blessed by trying to be as positive as I can, even when the situations are dim, kind of like last week's with Winston Churchill, never, never, never give up in the face of adversity. So this one from Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. A positive thinker does not refuse to recognize the negative. He refuses to dwell on it. Positive thinking is a form of thought which habitually looks for the best results from the worst conditions. So, man, I think that's great because even in something bad, good things can happen out of it. So think about that this week and always try to remain positive. I know I was at a degree work for Scottish Rite many years ago at a road show, and one of the brothers said, well, there's only 5 candidates here. And that just struck me wrong. And I thought, this is 5 new brothers, and we should celebrate the fact that we have 5 new brothers in our fraternity. Not wish that we had more. So positive thinking, man, that can go a long way to create a great life, is remember to be positive. So thank you for giving me the time to do that. So a little bit of Masonic education, brothers. I've been kind of going through the 8 classes actually that we can talk about on here, the Beehive lecture. So one of my favorites that I really put into action frequently, and we've talked about it before, I think, but I think it's important to go over this again, over some conversations that I've had this week. And sometimes our mouth overruns our brains and our hearts, and sometimes we say things, out of anger, out of frustration. But the Book of Constitutions, guarded by the Tyler swords, reminds us to ever be watchful and guarded in our thoughts, words, and actions, particularly before the enemies of Masonry, ever bearing in mind those truly Masonic virtues. This is what I remind myself of all the time: silence and circumspection. Think before you act. Think before you speak. I used to be pretty famous for saying exactly what I thought at that exact moment. And I used to get called in when I was a police officer into the office on a regular occasion. Man, did you say that? Why did you say it? And I'd say, well, it was the truth. Well, it doesn't mean you always have to say it. So think about those. Think about the Book of Constitution, guarded by the Tyler sword. Think before we act. Think before we speak. And I really think when they're talking about the enemies of Freemasonry, you know, not only those who don't like our fraternity or don't understand our fraternity, but really around everyone. You know, talking negative around a candidate, talking negative around a prospective member, or, you know, saying negative things out in public about our fraternity or things that aren't going well. You know, we really need to be watchful about what we talk about and when we're out in public amongst our non-Masonic brothers, because we know that if we have a problem, we know that we have an issue, there's 39,000 brothers in the state of Indiana that we can whisper to and talk to and get guidance from. So just think about that this week. Again, you know, halfway through the year, myself and the Grand Lodge officers have been all over the state of Indiana. Numerous rededications, numerous 50-year awards, degree work, stated meetings, lodges of instruction, and I appreciate very much all of our Grand Lodge officers and all the work I've been putting them through and all the miles. Myself, if anyone's keeping track, I'm at, it's funny, I must be averaging about 1,000 miles a week, because me and the old Buick, we put 26,000 miles on. And it's been a pleasure to travel across the state of Indiana and visit lodges that I've been to, and I try to pick out new lodges all the time. My list is growing shorter and shorter every week of lodges that I haven't been to. So it has been absolutely great. Just a couple little quick commercials, brothers. The Grandmaster shirts with the pin and "Follow Me to Freemasonry" and "Follow Me" on the back are still available from the Masonic Beehive. You can go online and order those. And we've still got some ties left over and some pins, so there's plenty of those available if you want to go online or hit me up, and I'll bring some to you. So also, we're selling the truck pin now, our commemorative 1 of 500 truck pins. Those are $10. So I've got a supply of those, and I know Stuart and Tyler and Dave Hosler has some of those. So if you'd like one of those, hit me up and I'll get them to you. And I've seen a few of those out and about, so that's great. And I want to talk a little bit about, brothers, real quickly. We're still working on the schedule for Education Day, of when we're going to have that. Of course, we have Founders Day coming up, which will be very educational and inspirational. Founders Day is put on by your Deputy Grand Master, so Brother John Bridegroom is in charge of that program. And him and I know Senior Grand Warden Steve Bates and probably Jerry Maple have been working on that, so I'm sure he'll have a great program for you. And I'm always look forward to Founders Day. It will also be live streamed, so those of you that aren't able to travel will be able to view it live stream, but I strongly encourage you to come, because you meet so many brothers across the state of Indiana that it's very rewarding. It's almost like a reunion. So, and love the meal afterwards when we do the 7 toasts, and it's just a great time to be with your brothers. But of course, sometimes the weather and sometimes time, our health keeps us from being out and about. But remember Founders Day. So for Education Day, what I'm asking is, brothers, if you would post on here or feel free to reach out to me, what would you like to see covered on Education Day? What would you like to do? I know we're working on a segment of Masonic Jeopardy with Brother David Bricky, the master of Newburgh Lodge. And I'm going to do some leadership training and some maybe a couple of inspirational pieces. But we are going to... oh, gosh, I just lost my train of thought. But if you have some ideas, some things you would like discussed, things you'd like to see for Education Day, please post on here and let us know, and we'll try to accommodate everybody and try to get some great Masonic education going. We'll probably also do a segment on the 357. So if anybody hasn't got to see that or got to hear it, I think that would be great. So while we're on education, I want to let you know that I just mentioned Worshipful Brother David Bricky. He has taken over the Illumination program. Now, this is a great way to learn the Blue Book, learn about our rules and regulations, and all of our different programs we have in the portal. And it's a self-guided tour with questions and answers and some essays you have to do. And he has taken that over, and you can open up your lodge portal, go to Grand Lodge programs, and scroll down to the illumination program. And I have no doubt that he will reach out to you. We've got a few that have done it, that we're still trying to get their certificate and items to them. But I would strongly encourage you, especially now that we're in the winter months, we're not out mowing the yard, we're not out planting flowers and taking care of things like that. So in the evenings, we might have a little extra time on our hands to gain some more knowledge in Masonic light. While we're talking about programs, we're bringing in a lot of new Master Masons, so encourage them to open up the Rookie Award program. We're thinking about not even making that optional in our lodge. I mean, I think we're just going to hand it to them and say, here's your first responsibilities. Let's work our way through this rookie program, because what a great way to get our brothers into the fold of being a Mason, what it means to be a Mason, traveling to other lodges, traveling to funeral services, visiting our brethren. And I think that would be awesome to get every Master Mason to do the Rookie Award program. I think we'd see retention rise. I think we'd see attendance at our lodge meetings rise. And Brother Grant would know. He's just posting on there how great a program the Rookie Award is. So thank you, Brother Grant, for piping that in there. And the First Lady's texted me saying that also we're going to have a ladies program, I believe, at Founders Day. So we're working on that, and we'll let you know what that's going to consist of here in the next week or so. And I also want to talk to you about the new Master Study Guide that is also in your lodge portal. It's important to get in that portal and fish around. There's all kind of programs in there. But the Master Studies Guide has been updated. I think Brother Fred Golgart, Secretary of New Pal, has worked on that along with some help. And so I would look at the Master Study Guide. We're bringing in all our new masters, getting installed this week, next week, and the following months. So take a look at that. And while we're on education, I just want to reiterate from our 357 Lodge Builder program. Again, that's in the portal. It's under the Follow Me to Freemasonry tab. You can open that up, take it to Lodge, get one of the Grand Lodge officers, a Lodge liaison to present it to you, or you can just bring it to Lodge and sit around the table and discuss where you're at. It's custom built for you to decide what your lodge needs to work on. Me visiting your lodge once or twice, I don't have a real feel of everything that you might need or everything that you're good at. So open up the 357 program, and the first three are so very important to a healthy lodge. Number one, being able to ritually open and close. It's so important. Our ritual and the proficiency of it is very important, because without the ritual, we don't know how to be a Mason. I am firm on that. I don't think a new brother has to necessarily know it letter perfect, but sitting down with them, going over the questions and answers, going over the proficiency, going over the lectures is so important, because how can you be a Mason if you don't know what a Mason is, how a Mason's supposed to act, and how a Mason is supposed to live? So, and then the second one is peace and harmony. Man, we're all about peace and harmony, but I've seen differences of opinion. I've seen political arguments. I've seen, just differences in the lodge. The walls were supposed to be blue, but they painted them white. And we always have to strive to maintain peace and harmony. Please, if you have an issue in your lodge, get some brothers together and work on it. Don't let them fester and fester until brothers are demitting, brothers leave the parking lot angry. Man, peace and harmony is what we're all about. And then communication. We're coming up on the holiday season. A lot of our brothers are widowed. A lot of our brothers are alone, maybe lonely. Don't just reach out to them when it's time that they're late for paying for their dues. We need to all concentrate on reaching out to our brothers, my own lodge as well. constant communication, a phone call, a knock on the door, a birthday card, an anniversary card, anything we can do to reach out to our brethren and to our ladies, I think is very important to the health of a lodge. Some of our brothers never make it back to lodge, but I know that they would appreciate the lodge reaching out to them. So think about that. When I was at the quick announcement, my own lodge, Temple Lodge 47, our stated meeting is this coming Wednesday, and my brother, and I haven't seen if he's checked on or not, because it gets hard to keep track after a while of who's checking in, but hello to all of our ones that checked in late. My own brother Scott is a new Master Mason at Saginaw Lodge 77 in Saginaw, Michigan, and him and his wife are traveling down for a day or two, and he's coming to my stated meeting. And so he wants to meet with all my brothers and see the lodge where his brother belongs to. And he had asked me to do some Masonic education, so I'm going to do my working tools presentation. So we have dinner at 6:30. Lodge opens at 7:30. We're right downtown in the middle of Greencastle. You can't miss our 3-story brick building. So if any of you brothers would like to travel over to Greencastle, Indiana, and come and visit with me and my brother and my great lodge, and have a little bit of Masonic education and a nice meal, please feel free to come. We'd love to have you. And if you are coming, shoot me a text or an email or a message on here so we make sure we have plenty of food. But we'd love to see a nice crowd there. I'll have pins and ties and all that good stuff, but more importantly, a friendly handshake and just some great evenings spent with our brothers. So I think that'd be great if we had a good turnout for that. And Brother Dirk has responded to me that our two winners, lucky winners this week, are Brother Adam Boyle from Pierston Lodge and Brother Brett Miano from Wayne Lodge, number 25. I don't know if I pronounced your name right, Brett, but I gave it a shot. So we'll get those out to you. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy them. And yes, Brother Andy, you doggone right, we will have green beans one way or another. So at Temple Lodge. Let's see. When I was at the, real quick, I know we're going a little bit long, but hey, it's the 26th episode, so I'm going to take a little license and go a little longer, so stick with me if you'd like. A couple things. A while back, I skipped it for 2 weeks, but a brother had asked me about each one of the degrees and what I most got out of them, and said, of course, my EA degree is my favorite degree, and I really enjoy the mind-opening education of the Fellowcraft degree, and then the Master Mason degree. I of course, love the Master Mason degree, and I think what I get most out of the Master Mason degree is once the brothers raise of starting that new life. That's the whole purpose of that. We're leaving our old life behind, and we're starting our new life as a Master Mason on this lifelong journey of taking that rough ashlar, and through the lessons we've learned and through all of our working tools and our charges of perfecting that ashlar into the perfect ashlar. And of course, I'm a big proponent of the trowel, which spreads the cement of brotherly love, that cement which unites us into one sacred band or society of friends and brothers, among whom no contention should ever exist, except that noble contention, or rather emulation, of whom best can work, or best agree. And I also love the Bible presentation. It struck my heart when it was presented to me many, many years ago, 28 years ago now, and it's been an honor of mine to present the Bible numerous times. So love the Master Mason degree and all of our degree work. And then I was at Social Lodge 86 there at the Terre Haute Masonic Temple for the one-day class, and brother came up to me and said, "You're almost halfway through the year. What do you think is your most favorite thing, your best accomplishment that you've accomplished?" And I just thought just briefly, and I said, I think the biggest accomplishment is not mine, it's yours. All the hard work that each of you put in, all the travel I've done across the state. There's a renewed spirit and just an electric spirit almost when I go to lodges. When we go to functions, when we've had rededications, there's an excitement. There seems to be a renewal. I think we're in a renaissance period of Freemasonry. Our brothers that we're bringing in are very interested in learning. They're very interested in participating. There are men looking for this fraternity that promotes brotherly love, relief, and truth. We've given out hundreds and hundreds of our Follow Me to Freemasonry cards and our support cards that we support those who serve. We've got more. If you run out, please contact me or contact Stephanie in the office. She'll be glad to send you some. But I'm proud of what you've all accomplished. Great things, great activities, interesting things at stated meetings. I know Warsaw Lodge does a Jeopardy question every week or every meeting with a prize given to them by the Worshipful Master. I think we're going to start that this week at Temple Lodge. My lodge does a basket of good news. We pass a basket around. If you have good news, throw a couple bucks in the basket for the relief fund and let us know what's good going on in your lives. Of course, we always do sickness and distress, but you know, when I go to lodge, I want to leave feeling good. I want to feel recharged. I want to feel like my time was well spent. And man, good news just goes a long way to promote that positive attitude. And I do certainly thank each and every one of you, and so does my faithful sidekick, Sonic, the Grand First Lady's project that she's been so very successful with. Thank you so much for everything that you do for this great fraternity, for all the support that you've given me and the Grand Lodge and all of our Grand Lodge officers. Each one of you are a blessing to me, and I look so forward to seeing each and every one of you out and about, or shoot me a message if you'd like to talk. And a reminder from Brother Dirk about the first holiday cards, Christmas cards for our residents at Compass Park, and he's posted the address to send those to. I know I've been working on my stack, and so we'll get some out to the lodges and get those done. But brothers, thank you so much for everything that you do. We still got the Pacers game going on. Tickets are still for sale. Although their record kind of stinks right now, but we look forward to them playing better in the future, especially when the Grand Master's there. They're going to have to play better. I'm gonna deem that to be the way it's going to be. But again, brothers, thank you so much for checking in. To those of you that watch it later, thank you so much for taking time to watch it at a later date. And again, reach out to me about Education Day, what you'd like to see. But most importantly, just go out and spread that cement of brotherly love. Be the Mason that other Mason wants to be, and be the type of man that other men want to be. And as always, may your ringing challenge be to all good men that cross your path, follow me to Freemasonry. Good night, brothers. Have a great week. Take care.